From an economic perspective, the essence of human society is consumption. Consumption is defined as the act of using goods or services to satisfy human needs. Now, consumption occurs to satisfy some specific demand. However, these demands are also a condition necessary for survival. So the process of our social development is also a process of continuous consumption. Moreover, the money used in consumption is continuously accumulating. And that number is huge. Let's make a calculation. Let's assume that day to day, the average person in America spends $40 on food, clothes, a beer with your friends, sometimes more, sometimes less, but on average, $40 for your food and your fun and your entertainment. That's $14,600 per year. Now let's imagine this kind of expenditure in the VDS system. If one VID invited 6 full levels under the VDS trust stamp system, there would be 3,257,436 people. This number would become 47,558,565,600 a year. Actually, this is a kind of valuable resource. If it can be carried out one step further, it can become a form of asset storage. The question is it possible to convert human consumption into a real asset? In other words, is it possible for these day-to-day consumers to form an integrated and reliable system, increasing the asset value of consumption power and making it become a capital system that constantly provides cash flow? I don't mean to make everybody a shop owner or provide customers with goods or services. I'm talking about establishing your interpersonal relationship network, also called the VDS Trust Stamp Network. Now, in this way, we can benefit from every penny spent on consumption by others, no matter if it's buying a Starbucks card or some online game or purchasing a membership to an online video site. All these will bring us revenues. This is the consumer capital system formed in VDS, the blockchain business contract system. We believe that the origin of consumer capital is consumption power, and all consumers in the process of making purchases create market power and value. This power and value is actually a kind of intangible asset. Now, you should know, it is totally impossible to realize consumer capital in the centralized world. But in the VDS, decentralized business ecosystem, where it is supported by blockchain technology, it has become quite simple. But you need to understand the logic of the VDS Trust Stamp Network first. Remember that Trust Stamp Network? It's okay if you forgot it. You can review the last video about our ultimate wealth freedom and how it's achieved through VDS Trust Stamp system. This exciting design has enlarged the value of the Trust Stamp Network. It is a blockchain business contract. It effectively catalyzes the reaction between consumption power and commerce in the Trust Stamp Network, multiplying the value of the Trust Stamp system for every individual. Okay, so let's start with a brief introduction as to what a VDS blockchain business contract is. A blockchain contract is actually a unique smart contract on the VDS blockchain. All suppliers worldwide can register their Voller receiving address to the Trust Stamp system through this blockchain contract and set a contract commission distribution ratio to create their own blockchain consensus sales network, which is equivalent to making a one-stop marketing network. And because this is the equivalent of letting all VIDs help themselves to carry out efficient and accurate sales, each consumer can also get more cost-effective goods and services, just like the group buying platforms that we used before. There's enough consumption power in the market that merchants can compete freely. Under competitive markets, the final consumer becomes the beneficiary. When all the VID users in the Trust Stamp network make purchases in the blockchain business contracted shops, all the VIDs directly connecting the buyer and the seller and the 12-level Trust Stamp system interpersonal relation lock can be rewarded a promotion contract commission of 1/12 by the merchant. So, for example, if Bob is the seller on a blockchain business contract and then recommended by Carlos, Alice buys Bob's goods or services. When Alice pays Voller to Bob, the specified commission in the blockchain business contract will be divided into 12 portions, which will be paid to the top 12 interpersonal relationship-locked inviters of Bob, including Carlos. VDS has combined blockchain business contracts with the Trust Stamp network. When any VID buys goods or services in shops using the blockchain business contract, they have to scan the receiving address first with VID to get a recipient address list, which will include the seller's address and 12 VID addresses in the Trust Stamp system direct interpersonal relation lock. Each payment is paid to the 13 addresses, and all 12 relation-locked VIDs will get the commission reward instantly, which will greatly stimulate the promotion and recommendation of goods and services. Since everyone in Trust Stamp system can receive commissions, the commercial value of consumption power in the Trust Stamp system is fully activated. And when you realize what this means, you will be amazed by its power. Let me make a calculation for you. For instance, if Bob, a seller of virtual goods, has activated a VDS blockchain business contract and registered his receiving address, the commission ratio is set as 24%. If the unit price of his virtual good is 25 Voller, the commission will be 6 Voller. Now, Alice speaks highly of this product after purchasing and recommends it to all the VID members in the lower 12 levels of her Trust Stamp system. If any VID members buy the product, when he or she pays the 25 Voller by scanning the seller's, that is Bob's payment address, Alice will get 1/12 of the specified commission. That is 0.5 Voller. You know, 9.7 trillion VIDs can be accommodated under the VID Trust Stamp system. In other words, it can accommodate the globe. If 500,000 VIDs out of the 6 million in Alice's VID Trust Stamp system buy the product, Alice will get 250,000 Voller. If the market value of Voller then is $50, Alice will get $12.5 million from this promotion. Unbelievable, isn't it? Yes. If you possess the enormous Trust Stamp system, you basically don't need to do anything. You just need to post the blockchain business contracted seller's goods to your friends in the group. All the VIDs in your Trust Stamp system will become your consumer capital, providing you with ceaseless wealth. Similarly, for the sellers, profit depends on sales. More sales, more profits. Now, while in the centralized world, the biggest problem faced by the sellers is insufficient sales. Many sellers are constantly looking for ways to improve the sales of their product. And the combination of blockchain business contracts and Trust Stamp business thoroughly solves the problem of insufficient sales. If every VID in the enormous Trust Stamp system wants to gain more commission rewards, he has to try his best to recommend the seller's goods to others. It means that the contracted seller will be equipped with a large and strong sales team, selling various goods in all regions of the world. This is the consumer capital ecology established in VDS, which includes consumers, promoters, and sellers. In this profit chain formed by consumer capital ecology, commission ratios are set by sellers via blockchain business contracts. Every consumer can be a promoter. As the other consumers buy the recommended goods, that promoter will be rewarded a commission. which will drive promotion initiatives. And similarly, the huge purchasing power will attract more sellers into this blockchain business contract competition. As the competition in the free market becomes fiercer, sellers will provide more goods at more competitive prices. The consumer will get more cost-effective goods and the promoter gets more commissions. In this way, all three parties will strongly benefit. The consumer capital ecology is a balanced, positive, and circulating ecology. It is able to disrupt value across the entire traditional internet business forged by centralization. Therefore, driven by the VDS blockchain business contract, every consumer can create a consumer capital system of its own via the trust stamp system, creating its own non-centralized, global business ecosystem. The more people that compete under your trust stamp system, the more wealth you will gain. This is an invitation to ultimate wealth. This is a capital game of unlimited earnings. This is a decentralized revolution that disrupts the entire traditional business model. And this is also another challenge from decentralized finance to centralized finance. Come, my friends, join this redistribution of global wealth. Let's control our true wealth. We will wait for you in VDS.